Good morning, students. So, how are you? How are my smart kids? I hope that you all are perfectly fine, absolutely right, and doing well in your studies. So, I welcome you to another class of Class 6 Science. And as you know, children, that from last few classes, we are discussing about the chapter body movements. But before I proceed towards the formal discussions of the topic, certain instructions I would like to just share with you that are especially regarding a Google Classroom. First thing, repeatedly, I'm telling you in every class of mine that still there are some students who have not joined Google Classroom. Means some are there who have not sent email ID to me so that I can add them to Google Classroom. And there are other some students, those to whom I have already sent the email ID, but they have not accepted the invitation from that Google Classroom. Right? So please do it as soon as possible. Another thing is that I checked your first assignment that was submitted in Google Classroom. You all have submitted, and I want to congratulate you, especially those students who have done very neat, clean, and excellent work. Very good, well done. Keep it up, right? But there are certain students, those who are not doing work properly. Means students, your work need to be neat and clean, right? And you have to write answers accordingly to the question asked. Another thing, when you are submitting any particular worksheet in Google Classroom, first thing that no need to submit separate pages. I have observed in some of your worksheet submission that some of you are separately submitting the pages, like 18 pages, 19 pages. No, आपको एक वर्कशीट में जितने पेजेस है उन सारे पेजेस की एक पीडीएफ फाइल बनाना है और उसको सबमिट करना है, राइट? Now say for example in assignment you are having two worksheets, then you have to make two separate PDF files for those worksheets. Because if you are going to include all the worksheets in one file, then it takes time in opening, and that causes inconvenience to the teachers while doing evaluation work. Right? Second thing, in some of your worksheets, I have observed that the snap which you have taken is not clear. So there I face difficulty in reading your answers. कुछ snaps ऐसे थे कुछ बच्चों की worksheets में जिसमें बिल्कुल clarity नहीं थी, तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि आपने क्या आंसर लिखा है. So to some of you, I just send a comment that you have to resubmit those pages so that I can evaluate them. And please do take care in further future that when you are going to take a snap before loading or making it in a PDF file, please check its clarity so that I can easily go through, right? And one more thing, children, that one more new assignment is uploaded in Google Classroom for 6 science. So kindly go through it, check its due date, and try to submit before your due date itself, right? And there are certain students who have not submitted even the first assignment in Google Classroom for evaluation. ऐसे भी कुछ बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने the first assignment submit नहीं किया है. I'm talking about the worksheet from chapter number 3, fiber to fabric. Most of you have done, and most of you have done it excellently, very good. But still there are certain children, those who have not submitted at all. So please do it positively as soon as possible, right? Okay. So in last class, I discussed about the movement in two animals, that is earthworm and in case of snail, right? So students, since in last class, although I discussed some of your doubts, but when I scrolled down that comment section, I got some 2-3 very frequently asked questions. So one question was that, madam, how many herds are there in the body of earthworm? Although this topic is very far beyond from the syllabus level, it belongs to class 11th and 12th, but still, I want to clarify here that some of you were writing in the answer that earthworm has got 5 herds. Actually, that's not correct to say that earthworm has 5 herds. Earthworm basically has got 5 arches. how the charges it has. Actually, what you some of you are doing, you are simply just clicking Google and checking out the answer, right? So sometimes Google just give a shortcut answer and that is not appropriate. So in case of atom, although for the sake of saying we say that it has got 5 words, but in reality that are not words. That are basically 5 aortic arches which supply blood to various body parts of the earthworm, right? Second thing, in case of earthworm, there are no antennae. In case of earthworm, there are no bones and cartilages. In case of earthworm, the complete body is made up of only muscles, right? Only muscles are there in the body of earthworm. Okay. Then some of you asked me that what is the color of the blood of a snail? That is blue color because in our classes it contains a pigment that is called pneumocyanin, and because of that pneumocyanin, cyanide means that contains a copper complex. Copper is a metal, so that copper atoms are present in this particular pigment pneumocyanin, and that is present in the blood of a snail. So that's make the blood of a snail blue in color, right? Okay. So these were some of the frequently asked doubts in previous class. So I just cleared upon. So now in this particular class, before I move on, just let me ask you certain questions. So I hope you are ready to write answer in your comment box. Okay. So first you have to tell me that what are the names of the 2 types of muscles which help an earthworm to perform its movement. I'm just waiting and I'm just looking the comment section. Write your answer in comment section. I'm repeating the question. What are the 2 types of muscles present in earthworm which help it to perform its movement? आपको लास्ट क्लास में मैंने अर्थवॉर्म की मूवमेंट में 2 टाइप की मसल्स के फंक्शन बताए थे, तो कौन सी मसल्स हैं? That you have to tell me. Write the names in the comment box. 2 type of muscles which contract and change the shape of the body of earthworm. Okay, so one comes from Monali Sharma, circular muscles, very good. Then Ansika Makkar, longitudinal and circular muscles, very good. Then Randeep Mishra, okay, longitudinal and circular muscles. Okay, then Samarth Bhardwaj is present, okay. Then Sayukta Bhattacharya, circular muscle, okay. So whatever answer you have gave it those students correct only. Okay, some are still writing. Shekhar Singh, circular muscle, okay. Okay, Loginati Rajesh Kumar, Kartike Mali, okay, Pulkit Kumawat, Prashika, good. Okay, then Shiksha, Muksha, okay. Neha Vyas, so I suppose that is Raghav. Then Loginati Sanjeev Malhotra, okay. So students, all your answers are correct. Now please stop writing in comment box. Right, okay. So the 2 types of muscles which help an earthworm to perform its movement are longitudinal and circular muscles. Right. Now in today's class we will discuss about that how movement occur in case of cockroach. Yes. The same cockroach which very often we see in our kitchens. Yes, very commonly it is visible there. And the moment just during night you just switch off the light, they all come out of their hiding places. And when you just switch on the light, you can see them nicely running back to their hiding places. Right? So that cockroach. Now in case there is a movement in cockroach, cockroach can perform 3 types of movements. That is, it can walk, it can climb over the walls, and even that is on the roof itself also. And yes, it can fly. Right? So cockroach can walk, climb, and fly. So means this insect can perform a variety of movements. Right? Now, for performing these variety of movements, its body has got some special features. So let's check out what are those. First thing that in case of a cockroach, there are present 3 pairs of legs. Yes, 3 pairs of legs, and these legs are present on each side of the body of the cockroach. cockroach. So I told you 3 pairs means total 6 legs are there. So 3 legs are present on one side and remaining 3 legs are present on the opposite side. Right? So in case of cockroaches, legs they are found in pairs. Right? So a cockroach has got 3 pairs of legs, and these legs they help the cockroach to move, to walk, and even to run also. Right? Another is that a cockroach has got 2 pairs of wings. Yes, it has got 2 pairs of wings, and these wings they help a cockroach to fly. तो wings है ये उसको fly करने में उड़ने में help करते हैं. Although cockroach can fly over small distances only, but yes it can fly. थोड़ी दूर तक उड़ सकता है लेकिन वो उड़ता है. Right? So these 2 pairs of wings are present there. Okay? Right? Now another important feature which help a cockroach in its movement is what we say that is exoskeleton. Yes. In case of cockroach, exoskeleton is present. I hope you still remember the meaning of exoskeleton. The skeleton which is found on the outside of the body of an organism. Right? So in case of cockroach, exoskeleton is present, and that exoskeleton is very shiny actually. It is reddish brown shiny in color, and that is made up of a special material that is called chitin. Yes, जो cockroach का exoskeleton है वो एक special substance का बना होता है जिसको हम कहते हैं chitin. And you learn in higher classes, students, that this chitin is basically a kind of complex sugar, right? So the skeleton of cockroach, exoskeleton I should say, is made up of chitin, right? And do remember that the exoskeleton of cockroach, it occurs in units or parts. Means it is not occurring just as a single sheet, but it is occurring in the parts only, and the wings of the cockroach are a part of its exoskeleton only. Yes, जो cockroach के wings होते हैं वो उसके exoskeleton का ही part होते हैं, right? So that is made up of what we say that is chitin. Okay. So that is exoskeleton. Now, in case of cockroach, we have got that is first, and I'm pretty sure every one of you must have seen a cockroach. In fact, daily हम cockroach देखते हैं यहाँ अपने घरों में भी, right? So, in case of what happens, this is in case of cockroach. First, that is one pair of antennae are present. Okay. Now, these antennae are hair-like structures. Now these hair-like structures they help. Okay, from the login ID need to go while you're writing that antenna spelling is wrong. Actually, that we're talking about another antenna. Here I have added E because here I want to present in the plural form. In case of biology, when we add E in the end, that becomes the plural. So that basically not a wrong spelling, right? Okay. So these hair-like structure which are present on the head of the cockroach, that hair-like structure we call as antennae, and these antennae they help a cockroach to feel and that is taste, and in some cases it also helps them to that is smell also, right? So especially they feel what is present in the surroundings with the help of these antennae. That's why you might have experienced that if a cockroach is resting in a particular place, you just run your fingers near to their antennae. They will quickly move out of that particular site because these antennae help them to feel about the things which are present in the surroundings, right? Then the eyes which are present in case of cockroach, these are known as compound eyes. Yes, these are known as compound eyes. In case of cockroaches, compound eyes are present. Compound eyes means learning art classes. that each eye in case of a cockroach is made up of a small number of cells, and these cells together may capture the picture of the things in the surroundings, right? So that is compound eyes are there. Okay. Then next about legs I told you. Now in case of legs, in case of leg, okay, so from the login ID Monali Sharma question is, ma'am, is the antenna the part of its exoskeleton? No, that's not a part of its exoskeleton. In case of exoskeleton, basically cover the body part, which is having, that is head, thorax, and abdomen, right? Okay. So Sayukta, you want to take a screenshot? Take it and side. Hope you have taken. You want to capture the diagram or what? Okay. Legs of cockroach. Yes. In case of legs of cockroach, a single leg. Yes. Like this. This is a single leg which is made in case of cockroach. Means you are having three distinct muscles which are connected to each other, right? And that happens in case of every leg, right? So here you can just see every, I have drawn just an outline figure, three legs on each side. So every leg is having that three kind of joint, right? And over each leg you will see tiny hair are present. ये सब ने observe किया होगा, clearly visible होते हैं, right? So these tiny hair also have their head cockroach particularly feeling part, right? Then on the rear side of the cockroach are again present two hair-like structures which are called cerci, right? Now these cerci they help a cockroach to feel about the movement of things in its backside. That's why you might have experienced that when you try to approach a cockroach from the back side, it also runs away. जब आप cockroach को पीछे से जाके ट्रैप करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तभी वो भाग जाता है. Because these two hair-like structures called cerci, they help it to feel the vibrations from their rear side of the body, right? So that is about the cerci. Now, do you know cockroaches, they move in very interesting manner. How? That on each side of cockroach, three legs are there. Say, for example, I am representing these three legs with the help of three dots. Right? Okay? Now, when a cockroach tends to move, at a time it uses only its, that is, three legs. So, and that in a triangular pattern. Say, for example, when it is moving, so say first, let me use another color chalk so that you can understand clearly. So, for example, this first leg, then third leg of the same side, and the middle leg of another side. So, you just see a triangular structure has formed, right? जब कॉकरोच चलता है वो एक बार में सिर्फ अपने तीन लेग्स को यूज करता है, राइट? सो फर्स्ट दिस साइड ट्रायंगल, इन सेकंड केस व्हाट विल हैपन? ओके, यस, इन सेकंड केस इट विल यूज another two legs of opposite side and the remaining leg of the first side. So again you can see a triangular pattern. Yes, quite interesting. Yes, although it is having 6 legs, but at a time it make use of 3 legs in a triangular pattern. And this particular kind of pattern, usage of its legs, it help a cockroach to move very fast. In fact, when a cockroach has to run very fast, it can run almost in standing position on its last 2 legs. Yes. उसके लास्ट के 2 लेग्स होते हैं, अगर सिचुएशन ऐसी इसको बहुत तेज जाना है तो आगे के 4 लेग्स को ऊपर उठा लेता है, और जो लास्ट के 2 लेग्स उसको पूरी बॉडी को स्टेबल करके और ये बहुत तेज भाग सकता है, राइट? So it uses variety of ways to perform its movement, right? And one interesting thing is that a cockroach can survive without its head for 8 to 10 days. Yes, if we are going to remove the head of the cockroach, it can survive without its head for 8 to 10 days. अगर आप इसके हेड को काट देते हैं, रिमूव कर देते हैं इसकी बॉडी से, तो भी 8-10 days तक लाइफ रह सकता है. Reason is that learn in our classes, but I always tell to my children was an interesting fact about the cockroach, because the most important thing which we need to stay alive is oxygen, right? And in case of cockroach body, oxygen enters into the body of cockroach from the sides, not from the head. Means if someone removes our head, we won't be able to survive, because the openings through which we get oxygen are located overhead only than the nostrils. लेकिन कॉकरोच की बॉडी में जो ऑक्सीजन के लिए ओपनिंग है वो हेड पर नहीं होती, वो उसकी बॉडी के साइड्स में होती है, right? And that help a cockroach to stay alive for 10 days. And even after 10 days, it basically dies off because of thirst and hunger. Because when you remove its head, now it is no longer able to take any kind of food or get water. ऑक्सीजन की उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी, लेकिन वो 10 दिन तक बिना खाना और बिना पानी के सर्वाइव कर सकता है, उसके बाद उसकी डेथ हो जाती है, राइट? दैट जस्ट एन इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट रिगार्डिंग कॉकरोच. ओके, okay, so from login ID Bothwal, you are asking that antenna helps cockroach to give signal. Yes, in certain species, in certain cases, it is done by cockroaches between, that is the male and female part. So that's correct only, but in detail you learn in hard classes. Okay. Okay. So that was about movement in cockroach. Now, another animal which we need to discuss is that movement in birds. Yes, movement in birds. Okay, so daily we see variety of birds, colorful, brightly colored birds in the surrounding, right? So today we'll discuss that how these birds they move. First, you might have observed that birds they can walk and fly. Means the two type of movements which a bird perform are, that is walking on the ground, and they also do flying. Okay. I can see certain doubts here, but in the last 5 minutes I'll take up. Just let me move on with the topic. Okay, I will just clear all your doubts. So birds they perform two kind of movements, that is walking and flying. They walk on the ground and they also most of the time they keep flying in the sky, right? Now to help in these two kind of movements, birds has got some important and special features in their bodies. So let's see what are those. So first one is that their body is light. Yes, their body is very very light. जो बर्ड्स की बॉडी है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा हल्की होती है. It's extremely light. Reason is that first one, that is these birds they have pneumatic bones. Yes, the bones which are found in case of a bird, these are pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones means the bones which are hollow and are filled with air. So sometimes you get this question in a competitive examination, that which of the following animal has got pneumatic bones. So do remember that birds they have got pneumatic bones because their bones are hollow and are filled with air cavities, right? That is what pneumatic bones. That is the first part which keep their body very light. क्योंकि जो bones है वो अंदर से hollow होती है, means अंदर से खोखली होती है. They are not solid from within inside. So that reduces the weight of the body of the bird to its maximum content, so that they can lift their body easily in air while flying. Right? Another reason is that their body remain covered with feathers, right? So that they can protect themselves during extreme conditions of environment like extreme cold and other situations. And being lighter, they don't add any kind of extra weight to the weight of the body of the bird, right? Another thing that they have got a beak. Yes. In case of a bird, in places of typical mouth parts like jaws and another parts which can add weight to its body, it is totally replaced by beak. So that also to some extent is making or keeping the body of the person very light. Right? Another thing is that the forelimbs of birds, they are modified into wings. Forelimbs means you can say in our body, forelimbs are our hands. हमारी body में जो हमारे hands हैं, हमारे हाथ हैं, हमारे forelimbs का काम करते हैं, right? In case of birds, the forelimbs are modified in the form of wings. तो birds की body में जो wings होते हैं, उनके forelimbs होते हैं. They are present in the form of wings, and wings they remain covered with the feathers, right? Okay. Then the hind limbs. Another one is the hind limbs of birds. They are well suited for, especially that is walking and perching. Yes. The hind limbs in case of birds. Now in our body, where are the hind limbs? Our legs. Yes. हमारी body में हमारे जो legs है, वो हमारे hind limbs होते हैं, right? Hind का मतलब होता है that is rear one, the back part, पीछे वाले पैर, right? Where our body or legs are hind limbs. In case of the bird, the hind limbs means the two particular limb-like structure we call as legs. जो typical language हम कहते हैं कि birds की जिनको हम legs कहते हैं, उसके hind limbs होते हैं, right? So those hind limbs are modified in such a way that they help it to walk on the ground and to perch upon. Now perching means you might have observed the shape of the legs of the bird, that they can grab a stem or any kind of support with their hind limbs. Means if they are sitting just at a very good height and on a narrow surface, then with the help of these hind limbs, they can successfully grab that particular narrow surface or area and they can stay safe. Okay? So that is name of the word perching. Means they can grab things even with the help of their hind limbs, but we cannot do. Right? So these are certain important features which help a bird to fly. Right? Now that is for flying. In case of bird, there is a bone which we call it as the chest bone. And to the chest bone are attached strong muscles. And to these muscles are attached the wings. Right? Okay? Okay. Yes. So in case of birds, when you go to its ventral side, there is a bone, very broad and strong bone in the center, that is known as the chest bone, which is also known as the sternum. और उस chest bone से connect होती है strong muscles, which we often refer as the breast muscles, right? And these breast muscles are in turn connected to the wings. This just by using this outline diagram, I am trying to tell you that how wings are attached to the body of the bird. तो पहले उसका जो एंडोस्केलेटन उसमें चेस्ट बोन है जो बॉडी के सेंटर में प्रेजेंट होती है. चेस्ट बोन से कनेक्टेड होती है मसल, स्पेशली these are known as that is breast muscles, right? And these muscles are connected to the wings on either side. And these muscles are so strong that they help the wings to flap up and down, right? And because of that flapping, the birds are able to lift their body above on the ground and they start flying, right? So they require a kind of thrust, and that thrust is provided by these muscles and wings together. So this is how a bird they fly. Okay. So need to go to our learning ma'am that have no eyes to see but they receive signal from. So you want me to know the answer. So that is from your worksheet or what? Yes. So most of the bat species they receive their signals. That is what you say from in place of eyes they don't know have, but in place of ears there is a tympanic membrane. So that membrane is very sensitive, and whenever there is slight vibrations, this tympanic membrane catches those vibrations which is present in the ear. They catch the vibrations, right? Okay. Okay. So Neil, both of you are asking or telling me I'm not able to understand what's a fixed eyes in either side of head. So they move their neck to see here and there. Okay. So that is not basically the case in every species. It happens like in case of crows. कौवे में ऐसा होता है. And what if you are trying to tell me that is correct only? Okay. So ma'am, cockroach spread diarrhea. Yes, we all know they spread diarrhea. Okay. Okay. So what is the question? Which is the disease? So Neil, you are asking the question, ma'am, which type of chemical present in cockroach? Which chemical you want to know? Whether you are asking the pigment which is present in the blood of cockroach or something else? Your question is not clear to me. If you are asking about the blood pigment, then it is same. That is, they generally don't have any kind of blood pigment. Yes, in cockroach blood there is no pigment. Their blood is colorless. और जो हमें उनका कलर रेडिश ब्राउन दिखता है वो एक्सोस्केलेटन की वजह से दिखता है. And sometimes you might have noticed that cockroaches they look pretty white to you. अगर आप देखोगे cockroaches white color के होते हैं, especially जो baby cockroaches होते हैं. Why? क्योंकि उनकी body में उस समय तक exoskeleton completely develop नहीं हुआ होता है, इसलिए वो white लगते हैं. And always remember, cockroaches they also shed off their exoskeleton. Yes, they also undergo molting, right? Okay, so that's most of you are simply telling me the facts. I'm just searching your questions here. Okay. Okay, so Sayed are asking if we dip cockroach in water, then it will die in some seconds. Yes. But to tell you a fact of interesting thing is that cockroach can survive in water up to 40 minutes. It has been practically proved. Some species of cockroaches अगर हम पानी में डाल देंगे तो भी वो 40 minutes तक alive रहते हैं, but they can simply be taken in front of you as if they are dead. But after some time they start trying to come out of the water. Right? I hope you got. Okay, can cockroaches smell? Yes, I told you in the beginning the antennae of the cockroaches they help them to taste, feel, and smell. Right? So then, okay. So you by writing oxygen from its skin. Don't use the word skin. You can use the word that is body. Because when we talk about skin means oxygen is directly to the skin. But in place of skin, cockroaches they have exoskeleton. They don't have actually the word called skin. इसकी जगह आप word use करेंगे body के ज़्यादा better होगा. Okay. Then okay. I'm looking for your doubts. Yes. ma'am, how much days tortoise can live or in years? So is it the question related to this current topic? But still cockroach, that is a tortoise, adult tortoise, they have got a lifespan up to 100 years. Yes, they can live up to 100 years. Okay, then okay, from longitudinal we have just writing map how to turn its neck in 360 degrees. Not completely 360 degrees, actually 180 complete इधर turn करता है, बाकी का 180 इधर turn करता है, complete match नहीं होता। और उसका रीजन है कि इसके यहाँ पे जो ब्लड वेसल्स हैं वो ट्विस्टिंग से प्रोटेक्टेड रहती है, इसलिए वो टर्न कर सकता है। ओके, यस। Because of login ID working about you're asking man why bats swing on the branch. So that's one particular reason is that bats they cannot see. They can simply receive the vibrations from their ear-like structures called tympanic membrane. So generally when they are flying with the high speed, they come and because of just checking their vibrations, they just get collided with the branches of the trees. And just meanwhile they keep on their grasping power on the trees and leaves, they keep on swinging but not all the time. But I noticed जब एक बैट दूर से फ्लाई करके आता है तभी वो थोड़ी देर तक स्विंग करता है, उसके बाद वो स्टेबल हो जाता है, राइट? So Anushka is asked, login ID Anushka 2009 is asking me why you don't teach chapter number 4. Beta, I will do teach, but just let me finish off the modules which are uploaded on the society website. I will do take that particular chapter, don't worry, okay? Okay, so Siksha, you're asking, ma'am, what are pneumatic bones? These are those bones which are hollow and filled with air. Pneumatic bones वो bones होती है जो अंदर से खोखली होती है और उनके अंदर एयर फिल्ड होती है, राइट? लाइक अ हॉलो पाइप, जिसके आप आर देख सकते हैं, ऐसी हॉलो बोन्स होती है, राइट? ओके, देन okay, Pankaj Tripathi login ID, your question is, ma'am, how many bones are present in birds? It varies from species to species, but in general they vary from that is 26 to 38 bones, right? और ये भी मैंने आपको approximate range बताया क्योंकि हर बर्ड का species अलग होता है, okay? So just because of okay, then so I suppose that is most of the doubts are cleared. So basically today I discussed with you about movement into animals, that is birds and cockroaches. Okay. Although I try to tell always extra outer to your NCRT book, but at least whatever is given in your NCRT book, that must you should know. Okay. So in case of cockroach, we discussed that for movement, it has got 3 pairs of legs, 2 pairs of wings, and its exoskeleton, it is not present in a single unit, it is present in the form of parts, right? So these different body parts, they help a cockroach to move. Similarly, in case of birds, the special features which help a bird to move, that is to walk and fly, that is wings are there, 2 legs are there, and the basic purpose is that in case of birds, the body is made lighter. And because of that, they can lift their body in the air and can fly easily. Okay. So that's all from my side for this particular class, children, today. Now there are certain more animals are left about whose movement we discuss in next class. Okay. And please, whatever instructions I gave you regarding the submission of your worksheet solutions in Google Classroom PDF format, please do follow them. And the students who have not submitted it in the first assignment, please complete it soon and submit it quickly. जिन बच्चों ने पहला असाइनमेंट अभी तक जमा नहीं किया है, जल्दी से जल्दी कंप्लीट करके उसको आप सबमिट करेंगे. You are already running late. Okay? So meet soon. So till then, take care, stay safe. Bye. Thank you.
Good.